Hello! Thank you for joining me today for Facebook Live. I have a really cute card to share with you guys today. But before we get started, I do want to mention a couple of things. The retired list is coming out on Wednesday, so that is the 22nd. And these colors, these are the 5 in colors that we'll be retiring this year. This is Blueberry Bushel, Lovely Lipstick, Calming Clover, Pineapple Punch, and Grapefruit Grove. So if these are your favorite colors, now is the time to stock up on your cardstock, your re-inkers, your ink pads, your ribbons, any embellishments or DSPs that come in these colors. You want to stock up on these now because as soon as that retired list hits, these are normally the first things to go, are always the in colors. So if these are colors you love, you don't think you can live without these colors, you need to stock up now. Use this week before that retired list comes out to stock up. You can head to my online store, use this host code when you shop, and you'll be sent a PDF with 3 exclusive projects. So don't forget, these 5 colors, these are leaving. The retired list is out the 22nd, and they will go fast. These have been very popular colors, so I do predict that they're going to go pretty fast as soon as that retired list hits. Okay, lots of stuff going on. Don't forget that Ornate Garden Suite. Make sure to check that out. Otherwise, I think we're just going to jump into the card today. We're going to be doing some fussy cutting, so we're going to jump right in. But this is the card we're making. Isn't it so adorable? It's so perfect for right now. It says just checking in on you. But the part that I love so much about this card is that when you open it up, there's a little surprise bookmark in here. And I've perforated that edge a little bit so that you can just, whoever gets the card, they can just tear off that bookmark because it's perforated. Isn't that cool? So I really love that. So they'll get a little bookmark with their card, but they'll be able to keep their entire card intact. It just folds right in. You can stick it in an envelope to mail, and then they'll get a fun little bookmark. So isn't that cute? So I love it. So I'm going to show you guys how to do this. The perforated edge is it's really easy to do. I'm going to show you how to do that. So that's what we're going to start with actually. We're going to start with our card base. So it's a little bit bigger card base. It is 5.5 by 10. And I've scored it at 4 1/4 and at 8.5. I've pre-scored it just so that when we're lining up our die to do the perforated edge, it's going to be much easier to line up. So let me grab a bone folder. We're going to pre-fold our lines. And I'm going to bring my Big Shot in. Normally I do all my die cutting in advance, but I'm going to bring it in to show you. So let me show you the die we're using. So I'm using this stitched line, and this is from the Stitch Nested Label dies. This is in the annual catalog. You can get it bundled with the Free as a Bird stamp set right now. As soon as the annual catalog is done though, all those bundles will expire. So it just creates a little stitch line, but we're going to make it so it makes it like a perforated line. So on the back of my die, I don't know if you guys can see, but on the back of my die, I've done 2 little lines with a permanent marker, and that tells me exactly where that stitched line is on the cutting side. So I'm going to use some tape, and I'm going to line up those lines with that score line. Now this doesn't cut, you can see that it's too short to cut all in one pass, so we will have to do it twice. Okay? So I'm just going to tape that on there. I'm just using some washi tape, and I'm going to pull in my die cutting machine. And we're going to cut this. Okay, remember, it's going to take 2 passes. We're going to go through. My Big Shot is so squeaky. Okay, sorry, I didn't mean to hit the camera there. All right, so now we're going to pull this off. You can see right on that score line, it's created that little dotted perforated edge. And so now we're going to put it back in this way. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to just try to position it until until it kind of snaps into place, because it's going to overlap some of it, but you're going to feel it just snap into place in those lines. So we're going to stick it back on here, and we're going to run it through. And then we'll have a stitched or perforated edge all the way down the side. And that will make our, oh man, my Big Shot plate, look what it did. I left like gunk on my card. There we go, got it off. So there we have our, let me move the Big Shot out of the way. Move my die so I don't lose that. Let's get this out of the way. Okay, so now you can see that perforated edge there. So on this card, which I've already started tearing, so it'll just tear right off from that perforated edge. Isn't that cool? Such a cute, fun idea. This would be great to send to kids too. Send them a little card saying, I'm thinking about you, and here's a fun bookmark. So this will just fold right in. You can kind of reinforce that stitched edge with that bone folder, but it's super, super cute. So it's gonna make that perforated edge. All right, let me move that stuff out of the way. All right, so let's get to stamping now. We're gonna set our card base aside. So we're gonna get to stamping. Let me pull in my card again. I'm gonna put something on this so that it holds it closed. I've already done a lot of the fussy cutting ahead of time so that we wouldn't be here all day watching me cut. So I've already stamped and cut the little library card here. This is in Coastal Cabana. I have 4 of our books already cut. So I have Mango Melody, Flirty Flamingo, and this is Highland Heather, and this is Highland Heather stamped off. Now, some of you may know that we don't have a Purple Posy ink right now. The cardstock I'm using is Purple Posy. We do not currently have a Purple Posy ink, but if you stamp Highland Heather off, then it's pretty exact match to Purple Posy. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's a pretty darn close match. So if you need a Purple Posy ink, just go ahead and get that Highland Heather ink, and then you can stamp it off. So I've already fussy cut all 4 of these books, so I'm not going to make you guys watch me do that. And then I have a stitch circle. This is from the largest of the stitch shapes. I have a 1 1/8 scallop circle that I've pre-punched. This is in Gorgeous Grape. This is Purple Posy, and it's embossed with the corrugated embossing folder, and it is 5 1/4 by 4. I've embossed it. I love that corrugated folder. And then I just have some scrap pieces of white that we're going to stamp on. So we do still need the greeting and our little worm friend here. So let's get that out. So this is my color palette that I used. So I had Flirty Flamingo. This is Mango Melody. I don't have my sticker on it, but Mango Melody, Granny Apple Green, Coastal Cabana, Gorgeous Grape, and Highland Heather. So I'm going to need the Gorgeous Grape and the Granny Apple Green. And the rest of those books were all stamped in those colors. All right, so let's grab our Granny Apple Green and our little worm guy. We're going to stamp him. And he's going to get fussy cut. We will have to fussy cut him. So I'm going to stamp him on some scrap paper. We're done with the Granny Apple Green. And I'm going to pull in my Gorgeous Grape and his little glasses. I thought he needed some glasses. So we're going to give him some Gorgeous Grape colored glasses. I'll try to line this up. So cute. Isn't that adorable? I love it. And then for our greeting, we're going to put just checking on you, and that's going to go on here, and we're going to punch that out in Gorgeous Grape. So just checking on you. All right. So close our ink pads before we have a disaster. I'm going to punch this out. This is with the 1-inch circle punch. I'll punch that out. And I'll get rid of that. And now we're going to fussy cut our little guy. Actually, before we fussy cut him, let's color his little tie. So I have Flirty Flamingo blends. Now, if you saw my post on my blog yesterday, you will see that I'm starting a Stampin' Blends club. So if you have the Stampin' Blends markers or you want them, make sure you check out all the information on my Stampin' Blends club. It's in the link to that is in the video description. And you can get all the details on how to join that club, how to be a part of it, how to get lots of projects and tips and techniques using the Stampin' Blends. All right, so I just colored his little bow tie in Flirty Flamingo. I did the dark on the inside, and then I just blended it out on the outside. And again, lots more tips in my Stampin' Blends club about how to get good shading and all that good stuff. Okay, we're gonna cut him out. He's not that hard to cut out. So just grab your smallest scissors and just trim him out. Use your left hand, or whatever hand is not holding the scissors, to turn your paper. Leave your scissors nice and straight, and just use your other hand to guide the paper. Okay? I hope I can talk and cut at the same time. We'll see. So how's everybody doing? I see we have lots of people watching. Welcome, guys. All right. These little glasses are so cute. All right. All right, we're halfway there, guys. If you missed the first part of the video where I showed how to do the perforated edge for the for the bookmark, make sure you watch the first part when the video is done, because that's what makes this card so spectacular, is that little tear off bookmark. And I'll show that again on the card. Here we go, all done. So on this card, so if you missed the first part of the video, our card has a little perforated edge here, so you can tear off this little bookmark that we're going to include in our card. So if you missed the first part of the video on how to do that, make sure that when the video is done, you go back and you check that out. This video will be on YouTube. Hopefully it's going to be on my blog by tomorrow, but you never know. You never know with everybody at home. All right, so we're going to start assembling. I'm going to take my little 1-inch circle. Oh, hello. I'm going to use some snail on the back of that. I'm going to stick it to my little scallop circle, my 1 1/8 scallop circle. And we're going to start assembling everything onto our little corrugated piece here, onto our corrugated piece of Purple Posy. So we're just going to kind of lay out everything where we want it. I know that this little library card is going to get glued down. We're only going to put glue on like the bottom part of it. A part of it's going to hang over the edge. So I'm going to stick that on just like that, just with snail. And then we're going to start layering the books up. I'm going to start with my Highland Heather one. And I'm only going to put, let's see, I'm only going to put snail on the left-hand side, and then on the right side, I'm going to squeeze in a dimensional over here because that's going to hang off the edge. So I probably shouldn't have taken that backing off yet. Let's go ahead and stick this on. We'll stick our circle on. It's fine. Dimensionals on the back of your circle. I'm going to stick that onto our card. Oh, but before we do that, let's put our baker's twine on. So put everything aside. Let me see if I can find my baker's twine. We're going to tie some baker's twine around this piece. So, oh my goodness, I'm a mess. Hold on. There we go. So I'm going to tie some baker's twine. We're going to tie a bow on the left side. So let's see if I can do this. I got to cut it off. Cut it off the spool. All right. I'm going to tie it in a knot. I always tie my baker's twine in a knot before I tie it in a bow. I find it's easier that way and I get better bows. Let's just tie that up. Make a nice big kind of fluffy bow. Trim off those edges. There we go. And now we can add on that circle right up against the bow there. I'm going to turn this a little bit. I want that library card a little crooked. Okay. Now we can stick on that book. It's going to hang off the edge down here. That dimensional is going to hang off. And then we're just going to use snail for the rest of these. I'm going with my stamped Flirty Flamingo book next. That's going to get stacked up. And then my Mango Melody book. And these books are really easy to fussy cut. The hardest thing to fussy cut is that little worm. And the stamp set, I didn't even show you guys the stamp set. The stamp set is the Check You Out stamp set. This is in the annual catalog. You could always replace that worm with the little owl if you want the owl. And I don't know which one's, I think the owl might be a little easier to fussy cut. You can always trim off his legs if you don't want to cut around his legs and just make him sit on the books, on the little stack of books. So our stamped off Highland Heather one goes up there. And then these two pieces we're going to add on with dimensionals, and I'm actually going to add, I'm going to grab my mini dimensionals for this guy because he's got skinny little spaces. So little mini dimensionals in there for him. Peel those off. Okay, and he's going to go right on top of those books, just like that. And then for our greeting, I'm going to stick a dimensional in the back of that. And that's going to go right just to fill in the rest of that space on that circle, just like that. Cute, right? All right, this is going to get glued down straight with snail onto our card base. So just use snail. Use lots of adhesive when you have an embossed background. This is just going to go tone on tone onto our front. Just like that. So cute. Isn't that so cute? Final touches for the front. I'm going to take my Wink of Stella. I'm going to move some scissors out of the way. I'm going to take my Wink of Stella and just color in the little worm, just his little green segments here. A glittery worm is always better. So I'm just going to color him in. Just kind of avoid the glasses because the Wink of Stella will make that ink run. So just avoid that. Just get the green parts. I don't know if you can see all that glitter, but it's there. Super cute. All right, now on this one, I used those frosted enamel dots. On this one, those clear and frosted enamel dots that we have in the annual catalog. But I thought for this one, we'd use the glitter enamel dots. So I have these. Let me find my take your pick tool. Where is it? There it is. So I'm going to use the Gorgeous Grape ones up here. You can also use the Granny Apple Green ones or the Coastal Cabana ones. Any one of these colors would go well. You could always replace Melon Mambo for Fleur de Flamingo, and then you could use the Melon Mambo one. So any of these colors would go perfectly with this. I'm going to grab the little medium size here, stick it right here. I'll take a bigger one, put it up here, and then a little one. And down here, just like that. So isn't that cute? So you'll have to tell me which one do you prefer better, the glitter enamel dots or the frosted epoxy dots. You'll have to tell me which one. I think I like them both. All right, now we're gonna work on the inside though, because if you remember, we have a little bookmark on the inside. We have to stamp that up. So let me move some of this stuff out of the way. Let me get my bookmark piece. So my bookmark is this white piece is 5 1/4 by 1 1/4, and we're going to stamp on this before we adhere it in. So let me get out some grid or scrap paper. I'm just using some old paper I have here, and we're going to stamp on it. We're going to use our Highland Heather. Let me get out these ink pads. We're going to use Highland Heather, Fleur de Flamingo, and Mango Melody. I'm going to open up all three, and we're going to be alternating the inking here. So let me get these here. My Big Shot is taking up a lot of room on my desk, so I don't have a lot of room to work with. Okay, so we're going to start with our Highland Heather on the very bottom. Now the books are going to be a little bit longer than the paper, so it's all going to hang off, which is fine. They're clear stamps, so you can try to get them as straight as possible, but again, this is going to be a fun little gift. It doesn't have to be perfect. So we're going to start with that one. We're going to go to the next book in Fleur de Flamingo and just stamp it right on top. And the next one in Mango Melody, right on top of that one. And then we're just going to keep alternating. Back to Highland Heather, Fleur de Flamingo. And I didn't go all the way to the top. I think I did 3 of each. We'll see, we'll try 1 more of each and see where that brings us. 3 of each book here. So our Highland Heather, I have to really think about this. You can do this with the Stamparatus if you want them to be super straight and super precise. You can absolutely do this with the Stamparatus, but I think it's okay. And then Mango Melody for our last one. And I think I did 3 of each. Yes, I did 3 of each. I did them in a different order, but that's okay. And then I'm going to grab, actually, I want Gorgeous Grape for the greeting for the inside. So this one says starting a new chapter, which I think is perfect for a bookmark. Starting a new chapter. And let's see, I need to close some of these before we start assembling because it'll be a disaster. This is the longest part of the card, is me closing ink pads apparently. All right, so we're gonna finish up our little bookmark card here. So let's pull this back out. So we have our little perforated edge to make off our tear off bookmark. So if you missed how to do the perforated edge, make sure you check that part out. And we're just gonna use some snail and stick this straight onto our bookmark. There's gonna be a little bit of a purple posy border. And I have a piece of the tri-colored ribbon. This is from the annual catalog. This ribbon's in the annual catalog. I'm just folding it in half, and we're just going to staple it to the top up here. You can do like a bow or a loop or something if you want, but I thought that was too bulky, especially if you want to mail this, so the staple is perfect. And then you can always just fold that back to mail it, and it'll come right back out to be a bookmark. So let's look at our card again. This is the one that I've already started tearing off. So we made a perforated edge for that bookmark. You can fold it up and mail it to somebody. When they open the card, they'll get a little surprise bookmark in there. Great for kids. And it just tears right off. Isn't that adorable? I love that. So I'm not going to tear this one off because I think it will mail this one. But there's a perforated edge. Remember to check the beginning of the video to see how we did that perforated edge. And it folds right up, and there is our super cute card. What do you guys think? Super cute, right? All right, I think that is it for today. If you guys have any questions, let me know. I may pop in on my VIP group this weekend sometime, so make sure you guys are members of my VIP group. If you're watching this on Facebook, please share this video with your friends. Otherwise, I will see you guys later. If you have questions, please leave them in the comments, and I will see you guys later. Have a great day. Bye.